it seems that the EFF once again wants to lead, but this time the ANC is not following. Even if you listen to the debate this afternoon, you understand how emotional name changes can be. I'm just listening to what the ANC are saying and what the EFF is basically saying. Prior to 1994, we did have names of people associated with airports. In Johannesburg, we had Jan Smuts. In Cape Town, it was D.F. Malan. And then there was an understanding to move away from persons and to use geographical names like Johannesburg International, like Cape Town International, because when somebody flies from abroad, he wants to know where he's going. He's going to Cape Town or Johannesburg. Some years ago, the ANC started to change that again, and they moved away from Johannesburg International to OR Tambo. They moved away from Bloemfontein to Abraham Fischer Airport. And now the EFF wants to do exactly the same, and they want to name Cape Town International to Winnie Madikizela Mandela. The moment when you go into choosing names, you have a difference of opinion because some people feel strongly about this person, somebody else will feel strongly about that person. Now, I understand how the EFF feels about this, and I've had a look. And if you want to name an airport, which makes more sense to me, I see that Mthatha Airport makes sense if you want to name it after Winnie Mandela. She was born in Bizana, and there's a long history in terms of that. So if you want to do that, our point of view is that you should retain the geographical indications. You should retain the geographical indications, and that it should remain Cape Town International Airport in that respect. However, if you decide in the end that it's not acceptable to use geographical names, if you do not want to accept that, if you don't want to accept that, then you have to look at names that make sense. And if you come to the Western Cape, if you come to the Western Cape, you must also respect the people, the indigenous people in the Western Cape originally. You must respect the First Nation in the Western Cape. You must respect the minorities in the Western Cape. And then it makes sense to look at a name like Kretua. And I know that people feel very strongly about that. And we believe that that name should be put on the table as a possible name that should be considered. Honourable Deputy Speaker, this Honourable Member wants to ask something.
Yes, Honourable Member.
Will the member take a question?
Yes, I'll take a question.
The man outside the Parliament buildings, was he born here?
Of course he was born here. You're completely ignorant.
Here in Parliament? Was he born here in Parliament?
One day, this Honourable Minister, one day, you should come and I will explain to you who General Louis Botha was. You don't know your history. You don't know where people come from. You've got no idea what you're talking about. Don't make a fool of yourself by asking if he was born in South Africa. Don't ask that. Honourable Chairperson, in my last few seconds, I hear what the EFF is basically saying. And it just shows how
What's the point of order?
The Honourable Member has made personal reflections on the Honourable Minister. Called her a fool, making a fool of herself.
No, that's a comment now.
Yes, he did. He said she's making a fool of herself.
Honourable members, please go ahead. No,
Honourable
Proceed, Honourable Member.
Thank you. Honourable Deputy Speaker, I didn't say the Honourable Minister is a fool. I said don't make a fool of yourself. And I think that's very good advice. No, I understand the emotional situation with regard to name changes, but it makes sense to retain the geographical names of places, and there are other ways to give recognition to people across South Africa. Thank you, Chairperson.
Yeah.